right now, once you get in high school, now you're trying to get more and more complicated information. You have to digest more complicated information. And so when you don't take that serious, you struggle. So each year it gets worse and worse. If you're not reading, you start to act out. You start to misbehave. You start not to show up. And then what happens is they'll tell you no, I don't like research, but in the research, you can suspend a kid once, you can suspend him twice. After 3 or 4 times in high school, they don't show up. So now he's out of the system. Every 4 seconds of the day, an African American child is suspended. Every 33 seconds of the day, an African American child drops out of school. So there you have that segment of the population. These kids really have problems when it came to reading. They started 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade. But if we didn't take care of it as they got older, they never catch up. And if you can't read, you can't work. You can't read, it's going to be hard to vote because you don't understand the battle. If you can't read today, you can't even get an army. So that's why, as Colin Powell said, reading is a matter of life and death. So not only is it every 4 seconds of the day those kids have those problems in those 33 seconds, but I'm sure you know every 68 seconds of the day, African American kid is arrested. I'm sure you know every 15 minutes of the day, African American kid commits a violent crime. And it's usually a black male. And I know you know every 7 hours of the day, an African American youth is shot and killed. And it ain't by a Japanese sailor. It's usually by an African American man, somebody the same age. So that's why reading is a matter of life and death. You have to learn to read. We have to focus more on reading. And so we need to spend more time on tasks. And also, as a little more research, I used to be a doctoral student, so I got a lot of research information. The research says that in Asian homes, if your kid comes home with less than an A, parents make changes. If you live in a white home, your kid comes home with less than a B, parents make changes. But if you're in a black home, all your kid have to do is pass, and nothing changes. We have to change that. We have to change that. So when these kids come home, we have to start making them study. Because we know football season's coming up. Friday they're going to watch Harding. Saturday they're going to watch Ohio State. Sunday they're going to watch the Browns. Monday they're going to watch the Steelers. When do they have time to study? When do you have time to study? And I don't want to bore you with statistics. But African American kids, watch 35 hours of TV a week, 18 hours of rap, 13 hours of video games, 11 hours of cell phone, and they spend 1 hour a week studying. That's a full-time job, that's a part-time job. These kids are not studying. So when they get home, and when this school year starts, parents, kids, you have to set a limit. If you're going to watch 2 hours of video games, you need 2 hours of study. You're going to play Xbox for 2 hours, you're going to study for 2 hours. There's no way you can spend a weekend watching sports, spending all that time on Steelers and Ohio State. Ohio State can go 10-0 again this year, and they won. They kill me when they say we won. You didn't do anything, you lost. You lost time, you lost focus, and you lost energy. You got nothing from that experience, the Ohio State experience. So what we have to do is, we have to realize things that have no redeemable value. When I was a kid, you take a pop bottle, take it back to the store, and you give 10 cents or you disappear. If I take my ragged used car to the car lot, and trade it in for a new car, it has redeemable value. I get something for it. You get nothing out of Xbox. You get nothing out of video games. The only thing you get from a cell phone is a bill. So we have to make sure that we understand our focus and our priorities. So we got to spend more time on tasks.
Yes.
So I'm going to tell you like my principal in high school told me. My first day of school, I'm walking in the building, my best friend, Keith Pop, we're walking in the building, and Mr. Brown walks up to us. I can just see him right now in the blue suit. And he walked up to us, and I don't know why he pointed to me. He said, "Young man, I don't know what you did at Hayes, and I don't care. But while you're here at Theran School, you will commit yourself to excellence." I said, "What?" He said, "Commit yourself to excellence." Mediocrity is not the standard here. Don't be average. He said, you got all your life to be average. While you're here, you will you will achieve excellence. He says, don't be average. Average is best of the worst. The worst of the best. It's the top of the bottom. It's the bottom of the top. Nobody remembers the man or woman who was average. They'll remember first place, second place, third place. Nobody remembers the man or woman who was average. And that's the same thing you should be saying to yourself. Don't be average. Don't be. I don't care how many times you get knocked down. I don't care how many times you get knocked down.
Yeah.
Only thing that matters is, are you going to get back up?
Amen.
Are you going to get back up?
Yeah.
And lastly, when you're in school this year, there's no way you can tell me that you're going to be successful in school if you haven't sat down and wrote down your goals. If you can't tell me you're going to watch Ohio State and Pittsburgh, and I'm sorry Cleveland Browns play for 3 hours, and you ain't got no time aside to study, how are you going to be successful? You got OGTs and a new test, I don't know what the names are, they change every year, you understand? So, it doesn't matter. You know you got tests coming up. You got to allot that time. You got to set goals. When I coached track at YSU, we go all over the eastern part of the country. And I would go in weight rooms, as Pastor said, I was a trainer, so I spent a lot of time in their weight rooms. And every time I went to the training rooms, the athletic facilities, there was always, and anyone who's been in college football or played college sports, their goals. They won the conference last year. They're planning on winning the conference again this year. They're going to win the national championship. You go in the weight room, he benched 400 today. His next workout is 402. So they always have their goals in front of them. You have to keep your goals in front of you. Because what gets measured gets done. So you can measure it. I studied 2 hours. Very few kids fail classes when they study 2 hours a day or spend all their time studying. So you have to have your goals in front of you. Just like one of my professors told me, if I walked into your house and went upstairs in your room, the same room where you sleep, and rolled out your bed the next morning, would I see your goals? If I went to your house in your bathroom and I shaved in the same mirror that you shave in every day, would I see your goals? If I followed you to school and opened your locker, would I see your goals? If I stole your cell phone and tapped into your password, would I see a selfie or would I see your goals? See, what thou seest, that thou beest. And I learned that from Ben Carson. And he was a kid who flunked 4th grade. So, all I'm saying is you got to get a big vision. You got to have goals. You got to place them in front of you. You got to do work. There are no bargains at the counter of success. If you want to be successful, there's no discount. No bargains, no sales. You got to do the work. So young man, young woman, young college student, it's time to make a decision. When are you going to raise your head above the clouds? When are you going to stand up and take notice and let everyone take notice of you? And when are you going to place your footprint on life and let the world know you were here? It is up to you. As I said before, there are no bargains at the counter of success, and I will leave you with this. Somebody better get excited about your life, and you better pray to the shoe.